Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Welcome to Finally Get It Got It
I
Good.
know,
I've been waiting for this for a while, my man.
I know. Appreciate your patience.
No problem. I see you outside today. It is a beautiful day.
Yeah, I was like, since we on quarantine, I said, look, let me just get a little bit of outside action today. So yeah,
I
yeah,
actually just got back in the house myself. That's why I know it's really pretty.
exactly. Yep, it's good outside. Yeah. So how are you?
No more apologies.
Unapologetic. That's what it's about.
Unapologetic. Yep, be unapologetic about your hustle, your grind, going to go get your money, right?
Exactly. Taking, moving forward. Putting yourself first, and cutting off anything you need to. Pretty much just taking care of you and not feeling sorry about it. So, yeah.
So,
Yep.
Devin, I noticed on all your social media it goes Fly Guy. Where did that come from?
Oh, so Fly Guy. So pretty much, he got me going back in time. Fly Guy. So Fly Guy started when I think with MySpace days, I was using like another name. So when I got on Facebook, I'm trying to really think about how that started. I think people just say Fly Guy. I think it was a nickname at first, and then I actually liked it, so then I just put it in my. I think Facebook was just regular with Devin Ricks, and I added Fly Guy Ricks, and then I just ran with that. And then when I started doing media, and then people would say, "Yo, Devin Fly Guy Ricks," and I was like, "That's what we doing." Yeah. So yeah.
So, for y'all who don't know, this is Devin. We know a lot of the same people, and you guys are watching Get It Got It Good on WBGR Health and Wellness Channel, as well as listening to it on Total Entertainment Radio. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I want to shout out my sponsors really quick because you know how important they are, right, Devin?
Yeah, exactly. So the bad coming.
Indeed. So definitely, I want to shout out One Man Sharpens Another, Merlin Prep Academy, Dance Solutions Youth Outreach, Mission Dance Works. I'm a dancer. That's just how it goes, y'all.
Okay.
And Nail Fetish Boutique in East Baltimore, who will be opening back up just so all this quarantine stuff is over. So speaking of quarantine, is this affecting you and your business and everything, your lifestyle? How's that working for you?
So the funny thing is, and because of the crazy pandemic, that's not the not as far as everything that's going on is really sad. But as far as like me myself, it's been great. Like in terms of like just like taking time out to take care of what I got to take care of financially, it's like another boost came. And I was like, and the thing is, I was grinding and getting so much stuff done. And when the pandemic happened, I was a little stressed out because it's the first week, and I was like, "Yo, how are you gonna make this money roll through this and that?" And then out of nowhere, I prayed to God, like God and prayer, and everything is real. So once I started really getting to, just really trusting that, boom, 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 and I was like, "Look, I made more money now than I would have did before." So I was like, I'm feeling the corona, I guess the vacation from life. But I told myself by like week 5, when it starts to really, I think I'm gonna probably start to lose my mind a little bit. But but right now, everything is going good. I can't complain. Like there's a lot of things that I needed to get done, and the way my schedule was going, I was like, okay, I can get this done. How everything's going, and then when everything happened, we haven't been able to leave and do everything for the past few weeks. I was like, I think I underestimated what I needed to do because it took all of the time that we've been out and things like that. And I was just like, I would have been losing my mind had I had did it during my regular schedule. So I was kind of
Mhm.
glad that I had all this time to really like buckle down and bank everything else. So I can't complain. Everything's been going good so far.
Absolutely. And I found for a lot of people who have been running prior to this, they have been using it as an opportunity to catch up, replan, regroup, reorganize. We're blessed because we're able to still roll and still make money. A lot of people are not, however, have that opportunity. So it is a very serious time. We do understand that, but we do also know that for other people that it has been, a blessing in disguise. So tell
Mhm.
the people exactly who you are, Devin. What do you do?
Okay. So all right. So pretty much like the basis, like first I always jump in like film director, a filmmaker. That's like my main passion. So I do a lot of film projects. I have a production company, subtitled Devin Ricks Productions. Weddings, commercials, anything as far as branding, visuals, things like that, music videos, anything for clients. And that's been my main passion. I've started making my own movies. It's titled The Love Cycle Saga. So, I haven't made any movies since 2014. And reason being, when you start to elevate in the industry, you start to really understand what it's all about. You gotta understand like the budget is real. If you really want your projects to look good, you got to have money and things like that. So when I was doing my projects, and I think a lot of people when we first get started, finding out who we are and getting things together, we try to go into our own pockets. We try to ask family and friends for like donations and things like that. And after a while, I was kind of like, I can't keep rocking like this. I feel like a lot of people don't snap out of that level, because I feel like there's levels to everything. There's levels to the
Most
game that we're in.
definitely. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, so I was just like, we gotta, if you really want to elevate, you gotta, first I was like, understand the game that you're in and know what you have to do. So I was like, I'm not gonna keep burning my pockets. I'm not gonna keep struggling as far as getting a movie done, because the way your imagination wants to roll out, you you have to limit your imagination according to your budget. So you can't have a bunch of guns and bombs and fast car chases in your movie. So you gotta kind of scale down and use your mind differently. So pretty much that's how it was going. So I haven't done anything since that time. So I'm just pretty much getting the finances together. So yeah, so first and foremost, like film directing, that's my main passion. And then one thing I always told myself, and I would try to tell people, you have to be more than one thing as far as the industry is concerned. So when I pretty much got my first like level into the industry was with my media platform, because I know Kimmy A. I know it's a lot of mutual friends that we have. So Kimmy A. We had did a radio show titled The '90s Play Lounge, and when that happened, I started getting into like radio and doing media and personality and things like that. So that's when that was a nice wave, and we learned a lot, and just took that and made something out of it. And then when we actually just parted ways on just that venture, we kept things going. We did acting and movies and things like that. But then I still wanted to keep the media side going, so I already had Dev TV going, and Dev TV was something like wasn't nothing. Like, I mean, it was just something I did in the basement. It wasn't nothing that I thought was going to be anything. Fast forward, I had the opportunity to go to the BET Awards. So the BET Awards happened, and I had the celebrities say, "Dev TV, yeah, man, I see everything." So 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 pretty much when that happened, so that's been like the first push. So doing media and being a media personality, that's what a lot of people know me for. A lot of people don't know the film side, which is cool, because I feel like a lot of people they'll learn who you are as you grow. So, but media personality has been like the main push, and then I have like, of course, No More Apologies. That's my brand we talked about earlier, and that's under the DJR experience. So I like to keep things fun, like anything like part of my lifestyle, entertainment, parties, fragrances for that matter, like just things I want to just do. That's like my creative umbrella. I can just pretty much throw anything I want. So I launched No More Apologies, and then I'm doing events. I've been doing events since I was probably like in high school, so I wanted to get back into it and cap on that. So that's pretty much the main three components I want to stick into, because I feel like you don't want to say that, and the third. So I was like, these are the main three, and I guess the media is like the forefront for right now, and then the DGR experience and my film is on the back end. I'm trying to turn that around so I can get the film back on the front end, and then get
So,
the other two things. Yeah.
so how do you link all three? And because a lot of times people say, "Oh, you got to focus," and because we are who we are, we have multifaceted, and then we got to kind of blend them together so that way it is a singular focus. How do you work that together and then use that to build up on the levels?
So pretty much, okay. So I feel like I call it the meal, right? So you have your main course and your two side dishes, right? They all can go hand in hand. Now, of course, you want to make sure your main is good, and then your two side dishes. Kind of like picture a stove. You got the one big aisle in the front, and you got the little ones in the back. So it's like cooking, and then even this. A piggyback and just anything fun. Like I was in high school, I did culinary. So when you got all the stuff going on the stove, you gotta make sure you flip it and nothing burns, right? So you in a metaphorical sense with everything that I do, I just made sure that whatever I wanted to do, because it's like other little small stuff I want to do, but I was like, no, these are gonna be the main ones I'm gonna focus on. So I had to make sure the main ones made sense. The other ones can tie to it. So thinking of my film, I was like, cool. When I start to promote it, I have a media outlet, and then okay, and then something over here. If those two don't work or whatever, then I have the creative umbrella where that can pretty much be anything inside of that one port. So I just wanted to make sure that they all tied together and made sense. And then it just stayed true to me because it was things that I was doing throughout my entire life. So I didn't want to start doing something, quote unquote, that nobody knew me for at all. I didn't want to just say, okay, I want to do martial arts or something crazy, right?
They
And
just
I'm like,
flip the
that don't
script
make sense.
completely.
Yeah, I was like, it don't make sense. Even though if it's something creative and fun that I wanted to do, that's fine. But I was like, I'm not going to make that a thing for me, as far as like a branding wise. So, and then as far as me leveling up, I just had to do what made sense. Cause like I said, I was doing film and that was my main thing. And then out of nowhere, God was like, Devin, you need to do Dev TV right now. And I was like, Dev TV? I was like, that ain't, all right, cool. I'm gonna just trust whatever you have for me. And then when like I said, when the BET Awards happened, I was like, oh yeah, we needed to switch something up real quick. So I just jumped on that, and then from that point, that opened up, and then that opened up. But I just feel like when you do all that, just make sure you don't lose the wave, I guess, quote unquote, or the focus, and make sure you bring it back in to
To the original.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so do you think, because a lot of people go, I'm so focused that they miss other opportunities. But do you think by you grasping the other opportunities, it has then opened up the doors to allow you to go and refocus into the film?
Yes. So I feel because naturally, when I was talking about earlier with like budgeting and things like that, having the money, like so I always make sure like when you lay everything out, you have to. It's kind of like resources, so it's kind of like you have to make sure that everything is in a line that makes sense. So when the media opened up, I was making a lot of networking and connections. I would meet all kinds of people, from people in the industry that did film, that did media, that did this, that, and the third. So when we would all be talking, I was like, I do film as well. Or I write, write scripts and things like that. So then I would just keep the network going, even though like my face is the Dev TV. I'm doing media. I can still network and do other things with that. So it's kind of like going to college. Like you meet so many people, even though y'all might not be the same or whatever, then y'all can still connect later. So I just made sure that with the network that I was building, I had to make sure the strategy made sense. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's been great. It's still taking its time because everything is a process, but I haven't in a sense, I was a little frustrated because I didn't know how it was going to make sense. But when I started like trust the process and let it roll out, I was like, okay, this is making sense. This because I feel like everything happens for a reason. So when I feel like I'm in this disarray and I don't know what's going on, I sit here and I be still and I just look at everything and all the moving parts.
Exactly.
I'm like, how
So
can I pull
sometimes
this? Yeah.
I think of it like a puzzle. You get pieces to the puzzle
Mm-hmm.
at various times. You don't know why
Yeah.
you got this piece like 3 years ago, but then like 3 years in the future, you'll look back and say, oh, that's why I made that connection. I always tell people that networking is the key. You got to go and make these connections, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
for leveling up, that also translate into changing the game so that way it starts to bring you money versus you always putting money in. So guys, don't get it twisted. Whenever you do anything first, you have to make sure that you got to pay it forward. You got to put your own money in. You got to invest in yourself. But eventually you got to start to withdraw that investment. So how do you go from just throwing in money to then eventually possibly profiting from what you're doing?
Okay. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's just a long span. So to cap what you just said, and for me, so in the beginning, I feel like it's about trusting yourself to a big degree because when you first get started, like mind you, back in high school or back in middle school, I started picking up the camera and stuff like that. So then when you start to, I think you started working and started getting money. So then when you first go into it, you want to be creative and just kind of spit it all out. And I need this, I need that, spin this, spin that, push that, push that. And then when you start to, when I really go into the strong saying, learn the industry that, or whatever, learn the field that you want to do. Like, and then when you realize what you need to do, then you can better make sense of where you're going to spend your money. So, and then from that point, then it turns into, okay, let me profit. And then naturally, like thinking about film, I was like, okay, I can probably, make movies and then do a premiere, which I was doing, and then make money that way. But I was like, let me not reach too far with that. Let me do something like, and that's when I say the other stuff makes sense. Like, let me make something that I can service to others. Because even when we was doing the radio show, I talked about earlier, we would charge for like promotion and advertising. And then with the DJR experience, selling clothes and stuff like that, even though that can still be steady going and you find your ends meeting that way. But I just felt like after a while, you have to flip it a little bit, and it's still and there's a transition. Like you put in a bunch of money, and then you want to make a profit, but still to get to the profit part, you still have to get in that transition period where you have to still put in money and then try to get a profit too, and then you can go over the profit zone. So
No, just
it's a
like
balance.
marketing, you put in marketing dollars so that way your brand, your product, or whatever is exposed. Just like in the movie industry, they put in all these marketing dollars so that way it's broadly exposed, and then they recoup that investment by people going to go see those movies or buying those movies. So the same thing, you still gotta invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, yeah. Make sure you don't. Even if you do hit debt zone, just make sure you have a plan to get out. So I've
Exactly.
been, yeah, I've been through a lot of crazy things trying to get it to make sense. And then when I feel like when your back is really against the wall and you exhausted everything, then it's like, okay, you can only, when you hit rock bottom, then you can only go up. So yeah, so yeah.
Indeed. So don't worry, because everybody goes through the ups and downs in the business and everything else. So
Exactly.
you started cooking? Like that's what you took in school? A cook?
Yeah. So I did culinary arts when I was at high school. Shout out to Western Tech. Funny thing, we had a 10-year reunion last year, so I put that on. It was real interesting. So yeah, pretty much in high school. Yeah, culinary. I don't know what made me do that. I think all the other stuff. I said they had like automotive. I said I didn't want to work on cars. They had like health science. I was like I don't like that. And I didn't really have a lot to choose from. They had like maybe 10 majors to choose from. And out of all that, and then they had like an art thing, but I was like, I did art in middle school, like visual arts. So I was like, let me do something different. I don't want to keep doing the same thing. So yeah, culinary is kind of, was something to pick up on. I said, learn how to cook and take care of yourself and things like that. Yeah.
That's cool. So
Yep.
okay,
Thank you.
now that you have seen some success, and I've seen you and Kimmy doing videos and all kinds of stuff. Shout out, lady. Um,
Yeah.
what is next? Where do you see yourself in the near future, and then in a year, and then maybe in 3 years? Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so the goal is to get back on set, and that can be a year or two in its own making. So pretty much, so right now I actually have an event that I'm putting on. It's pretty much like pretty much the title is how to break into the entertainment business, but specifically talking about the film and music side. So I have these three distinguished panel guests. One is a Hollywood casting director and an acting coach. Her name is Phaedra Harris. She did the movies throwbacks, What's Love Got to Do with It with Angela Bassett, to The Preacher's Kid with Latoya Luckett and Tank, and just a lot of film projects. And then Irko, he's an audio engineer, worked with like back in the day, Bad Boy, Biggie, to like 21 Savages, Kanye, J Lo. So, and then Q Jacobs, she's a playwright. Did a lot of film projects and stage plays, and worked with John Singleton. Rest in peace to him. And so pretty much I'm meeting them throughout my days, and I said, and that's also when I go into making your resources and making sense. So I've known them for a long time, and I was just like, hey, then this, and then my plan for this is whatever profit I make from this venture with my under the DGR experience, that will fund, well, hopefully, everything going, God willing, that will fund the next project, and I can actually get back to what I really love to do. So
Which
so
is
pretty
part
much
of that building and leveling up.
exactly. So well, with them, so pretty much would be like a webinar. um the funny thing about that, I was gonna do like an in person, like have them fly them out and have them come to like one of the like banquet halls in one of the hotels, and then just thinking resource wise, I was like, okay, let's go and do a webinar. And then like a week later, 2 weeks later, the coronavirus happened. So I was like, all right, so it worked out, right? So pretty much the event itself would just pretty much be how to break into the ins and outs of the industry, what to do, what not to do, how to leave your special mark on people who matter, how to deal with diversity and how to maneuver and, what to do. So pretty much the webinar would pretty much be for people who want to elevate and, break into the industry, or pretty much people that's been in the industry for a few years and just they hit like this plateau and they want to like elevate more, because I feel like it's a strategic, like it's a strategy to how to do things. And I feel like it's a right way and the wrong way to do things. And I've had my fair share of the wrong way of doing things. So now
But
it's
that's how
starting to
you
like,
learn.
yeah,
That's exactly how
exactly.
you learn.
Yeah, so I just wanted to like give that knowledge out, and then so I figured that would be fun. So that event is actually going down May 21st, and I have everything set up for that, and so that's the goal for that, and then hopefully that leads to what I need to do. So within the next year or two, yeah. So just pretty much just get back on the horse
Grinding.
and keep it rocking. Right? Exactly.
So
Exactly.
how do people find out more about that event if
Yes.
they're
So pretty much.
interested?
What was the last part?
No, I'm saying if they're interested. How do they find out about the event?
Yes, so pretty much you can go to, I would say the Eventbrite, but that link is very long. So go ahead and just go to www.thedjrexperience.com, THEDJRexperience.com, and that has everything. Just no more problem, just anything like, and then just scroll down and you'll see the flyer for the event. Click on that, and then it'll take you to the Eventbrite. Just give you like everybody's resume, so you can see like their accolades and things like that, and something that you want, put your time into. So just go to that website, and it'll just lead you to, everything that about the event.
Cool. And I know there's a lot of budding entrepreneurs. There's a lot of budding entertainers. There's a lot of people who are trying to do stuff. When you first got started, was it a one-man show? Because a lot of times people go, oh my goodness, they don't realize when they get started, they have to wear like 50 million hats, and it could be exhausting. And you actually work more than if you did a 9 to 5. So how did you go from like doing everything yourself and then deciding what to delegate, what to outsource? Like, how do you do that? What was that process like for you?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a deep breath. Hell yeah, it was a one-man show. Yeah, so so we the one-man show, like it'll pull on you a little bit, like emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and you start to appreciate, like, and you don't want, and the thing is, when you be in a one-man show for so long, you get so accustomed to doing it on your own all the time, and then when you start to elevate, and there's people that's like, yo, let me help you, or da da da. Even though you're extending the olive branch, like, hey, I'm gonna help you out, but it's still in the back of my mind, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, just in case you fall off or drop the ball, I will recover and do what I got to do. So that's a weird transition, because it's like you want to, because you can't do it all. Once you start to really elevate, you can't do it all by yourself. So it's been crazy, and then you gotta watch people, because they'll want to attach themselves to you for the clout or hype, and then they ain't really there for themselves, and you meet the people that are genuine. So going from the one-man show part, it was interesting. Like I said, you learn a lot, and doing the one-man show, like when you find yourself wearing so many hats. Even when I was doing my film projects, I was the director, I had to edit it, I had to write it, I had to this is that, and it stresses you out like
Yeah.
a mofo. But yeah, so I'm just getting in that space now to transition out of that, but it's hard, because even though you level up, it's still another level or more levels to go. So even when I feel comfortable in myself and I feel like money's good, and I can really move the way I want to move, I'm still going to have that mentality. And I feel like I appreciate God, breaking me down that way. So I know how to, just in case you ever have to fall back or whatever, you know how to do that.
Do
Because
everything. You have to do, you know how to do everything. And I think each plateau, there's something new to learn. And there's a balance in, like you said, deciding who to work with and figuring out who that is. And also, if you delegate, you can delegate, but you still have to be there to make sure that they don't drop the ball. So you got to like give up some control, but never back off like, hey, you take it and just walk away. So how do you pick who is on your team, knowing that people attach themselves to you for the wrong reasons and having that control issue? So how do you figure out who to put on your team?
I kind of go through, and the thing is, they keep your family and keep your family and business separated, please. You want to take crack commandments, shout out to Biggie. Uh, that's the hard part because it's like when you got family and close friends, it's like it can benefit you and it can burn you. I've worked with certain friends in the game. It's been a pleasure up until a certain point, and then something happens and it blows up in your face. And I'm like, damn, I just got used to you, and everything was going good. Now I got to switch up the game. So and then you try to get new people, or try to do an interview process or things like that, and then that still doesn't work. So I just feel like it's another balance game. So just trying to figure out who's who, and then I've had my share of people who attached for the wrong reasons. I had to cut some people off, and then that would get crazy too. So it's always like reinventing yourself. So in that way, so it's hard. I'm still figuring it out because people ain't people. Yeah, people act up all the time. So it's still a process. But what I would tell myself and just tell anybody, just make sure just trust yourself. I mean, once you go through a lot of burns and a lot of I guess betrayal, whatever you want to call it, you'll start to trust it. It's things to look out for. So it happens for a reason. So yeah.
Certain red flags, they're learning lessons, and I think we all have to go through them. And even if somebody is there for one moment, they might not be able to go to the next level with you. And yeah, like you said, things that happen or break off, no love lost. I just can't work with you. Friends and family working together is problematic normally. And you guys, quit crapping contracts. Most of the time when we work with our friends and family, we won't write stuff down. But those are the times when you got to write it down the most. And I found, and I don't know if this has been your experience, but I found sometimes working with people that I just met can sometimes be more beneficial than working with people who I've known for a long time, may not be family, but that I've known for a long time. And it's like, you're not here for the right reasons. But this brand new person I know nothing about has my back more than you do. Have that been your experience?
Hell yes. So all right, let me a little picking on that. With human beings, and I just said to myself the other day, it's sad how some human beings can act because jealousy is real, and amongst circles and friends, and if one see you elevating more than the other one, and the thing is, be secure in your circle. Like I'm very secure, very if one person in my circle is doing good, okay, so what we gonna do next? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, be that team player, but for whatever reason, it's kind of like a boy band or a group, right? And you got the lead and the star, and then you got the extras, right? And nothing on no ego, nothing. I just feel like with certain people in my circle of friends, that's always been me, in a sense. And I'm just looking like, all right, guys, like I don't necessarily like that per se. Like, of course, it's just when you're younger, especially in high school, it was the popularity crowd, blah blah blah, and that was fun for high school. And mind you, in high school, being popular, it was fun. But when I got to my senior year, I was like, well, not even my senior year, my sophomore year, I was just like, man, this ain't what it's like. Everybody's in your business. They put you on this pedestal and they watching you. They got the eyes on you. I ain't like it. Right? But after a while, when I was going to my junior year, my senior year, I'm like, I'm already popular, so let me just ride it out. And then when I got to my college days, I went to Morgan State, and I didn't really want to be on campus, join the fraternity, doing parties and stuff. Everybody's like, hey, why are you doing parties? Why are you doing this? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I didn't like it. I mean, it was cool. Of course, it's like being in the entertainment business. Like, you have your perks and you get in certain places and admiration amongst your peers. But after a while, it's a lot of sabotage, a lot of jealousy. People try to take you out. It's like I said, another balance thing. So I've dealt with that. And then even with my circle of friends, sometimes because it's love and I've been through so much, I'll check you quick. I don't wait until it's a big colossal issue. I'll be like, yo, straight up. And then of course they'll try to be kind of phony with it. Like, what you talking about? Nah, yo, ain't like that. I'm like,
or
no,
they make a joke, laugh it off, like, ha ha ha, I was just playing that. No, you weren't. Right. That came from someplace real.
You feel me? And I was like, no, it's like that because I've told myself it's not like that. And then I will allow, it's like behavioral things. And I say, and my phrase is Dev TV. Yeah, man, I see everything. I don't say that. Yeah, man, I see everything to be funny. I feel like God's given me like a sight, and I trust that as well. That's what helped me out a lot as well. And when I see certain things, I'm looking like, nah, we gotta fix this because if we don't fix this, it's gonna be a problem later. And people are like, oh, you read into it too much. Like, no, I'm reading it exactly because when things are this big, when it's a seed, versus being a big old tree. I'm like, no, now we got an even bigger problem. Now I gotta get a saw. I gotta get this and this and that.
Yeah, to chop you
But
down, to chop
you
it
feel me?
down. Yeah.
You know, so had I had took care of the problem when it was a small issue, then it could have been salvaged or saved. So I don't like things to grow disgustingly or whatever over time. So yeah, it's been rough even with that. And I feel like with people, it's just, you know, those things. It's unfortunate, and you lose a lot of people along the way, but it's cool because I feel like God, like you said earlier, like they probably just can't go with you to that next level. And I
Yeah.
just say, and I told God, I was like, well, I'll rock out solo right now, but please bring me somebody, you know, that can help me out in the process. So yeah, I've
Yeah.
been through that. Even family too. It has some drama that happened as well. Like you said, not writing down certain things contracts wise because it's like it's family or you know them for a long time, and you're like, cool, we're gonna swap these dollars. I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna do this for you, and then drama happens that way too. Somebody thinks something's gonna happen that wasn't said, and miscommunication. Nobody wants to talk. People want to be rah rah, and I'm looking like, look, I ain't no fighter, but if I'm against the wall, we gonna be whether it's gonna be
Well,
my words or
they
yeah,
start
cause
to expect stuff. Yeah.
exactly you ain't gonna be messing me up. So it's been a lot. So yeah, it's been the good times and the bad times just on that tip too. So yeah.
See, you better than me because I am a fighter.
Yeah.
I am a fighter. I had to woo-sigh and calm my butt down because I was a little bit violent growing up.
Oh really? Okay.
Go figure.
Yeah. They
Uh,
bring it out of you. Yeah.
but yeah, and I think that's the reason why people's circle gets smaller and smaller as they get higher and higher because there's just less people you can trust on that intimate level.
Mm-hmm.
And you blessed if you had. I know they're bothering you, right?
Yeah, but big ass one right there. I'm sorry. I was like,
No, you're
whoa.
good.
Okay. Right.
But
Yeah.
they can't go with you. There's a limited amount of people that you can trust. You always got to have like that foxhole buddy, that one person you can count on, which is
Mm-hmm.
always a blessing if you could get that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. And then people go, oh, Naja, you changed. What do you say to people when they say that? I'm like, yep, you're daggone right. Because in order to get to the next level, I got to change. So my bad. If you don't want to change with me, peace out. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Do you say that?
Yeah. So even with like Jay said, he was like, "You damn right, I changed. I ain't do all this just to stay the same, man." But what the thing about that is, I'm the same person in the sense that if you have a convo with me, or you like, he the same guy from high school, or he's the same guy from college, or I feel in my soul, I'm the same person. Now, if I had to switch some things up and I had to do this a little bit differently, or I had to watch this enemy from that far, or I gotta have my territory this high, I gotta have security there, I gotta have this all metaphorical stuff, right? So it's like if I gotta set up all these ports to protect me, then yeah, I had to change that up and how I moved, protecting myself, things like that. But in my core or in my domain, in my core of who I am as Devin Ricks, that hasn't changed at all. I still laugh at the same corny shit. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still me. And then the thing is I always take, when you getting ready, look in the mirror. And if I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself, then I've changed. But I feel like because you're growing and you're coming to who you really are, because when you look at life, you're supposed to be coming to the best version of yourself. So from the beginning of the time to the end of the time, that you or that full version of who you are is you. And you go through life from childhood to teenage days, like you're supposed to be alignment to that. So it's just like, as long as my alignment is still the same and I'm still me and I can see who I am, and so when people say that to me, or people like, oh, you act in Hollywood and all that crap, I was like, and I told some people that, and people like my good business partners, that people that, and the thing is, a lot of my business partners are people that I actually have connections with are a lot older, and I like that as well. People around my age, it's like touch and go, but people that are a lot older, they get it. Like in their 40s, 30s, higher 30s, like late 30s, 40s,
Why
50s, like.
thanks, Deb? You just called me old.
No. And I had to watch
I'm
that
just
too.
playing
I was
with
like,
you.
wait a
You're
minute.
good.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people don't even know how old I am, so it's all good.
That's what I'm saying. You look good for your age.
Thank you.
No
Just
problem.
for y'all who don't know, I am an older person. I am in my 40s.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, go
So,
figure, right?
and then see that's why I feel like the energy is genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like the conversation is, you know what I'm saying? It's genuine on that tip. So it's just like I just feel like with dealing with I feel like older people who know themselves, I don't come across stuff like that. And then when even when I told one of my business contacts, and she was like, when people say I'm acting in Hollywood, she was like, "Don't worry about it, Dad. That means it's working. That means whatever you're doing, it's working.
Keep
Like you're
doing it. Yeah.
elevating. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I just feel like it's a lot better that way. Just having So I mean, it'd be kind of weird sometimes, but I'd be like, I feel comfortable, and everything is energy. So I just feel like yeah, it rocks out better that way for me. Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah.
Well, tell the people how they can find you, follow you, get to know more about you, support you. What are some of your social media tags and other ways people can find you?
Yes. So main thing you can Dev TV. So for Dev TV you can it's dev.tv.official. It's my Dev TV was taken for whatever reason. I had to come up with something creative. So so you can find me on social media for Dev TV is dev.tv.official. For the event and everything like that, the DJR experience is as is THE experience. Personal it's Prime Time Dev PRIME_TIME_DEV. Yeah, the social media wave, Facebook, all the same. Devin Fly Guy Ricks. So yeah, just pretty much in the social media reign. I was just saying the other day, I hate social media because when you want to just playing, it's fine, but when you gotta do business and then use sponsorships and pay for advertising, you gotta figure out where the placement going. I'm like, yo, this is really, and that's the thing as well. Like, make this Facebook and Instagram ads, those can be your best friend, like, and know how to really work them because naturally, when you have so like what I said earlier about popularity and having so many people knowing me, and then when you start to elevate, it's like to some people, it's like I'm in the stratosphere, and I'm looking like, yo, I still got so much more to do. So I started losing a lot of my um people that really followed me in terms of like that would come out and support my events, things like that. They started, and people, like I said, jealousy is real, and things started to change. And I'm looking like, damn, like I ain't nobody around no more. Like, okay, cool. And so now I have to go into find a new market, a new audience. So that's when Facebook and all that come in. I'm like, yo, I gotta figure this out. All this going to die. You know what I mean? So I had to kind of do that. So pretty much, yeah. So yeah, that's me on social media, and yeah. So make sure that's I want to throw in as well. The event that I spoke on earlier about breaking into the entertainment business, you can register for free today. I know how everything's going crazy, but you can just definitely sign up and just get like information because the event's not until May, so you got time to get things together with that. And I think it would be a great event, and then hit the ground running. Like that's the type of person I am. Like let's all get this knowledge together and Godspeed with everybody's personal endeavors. Yeah.
And I'm really interested in that event. I will definitely check it out because I work with Esther, the Entrepreneurship School for the Artists, because I found that a lot of entertainers, artists, writers, singers, dancers, athletes.
So that beat was coming, man. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. I seen it coming. But a lot of the times, talented people, they only know their skill, their talent, their art. They don't know the business behind it. They don't know about networking, contracts. They don't know how to market, use the social media to their advantage. They don't know how to do things like that. So I'm definitely digging the event and teaching people some behind the scenes business aspects to what they're trying to do. So I definitely will check that out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, and I was gonna say earlier, like I've never been stung by a bee before, so I ain't trying to figure it out today neither. So every time there's a bee around, I'm swatting, I'm running, but now I can't move like that. So I've never been stung.
Captive.
Say it again.
You kind of captive right now. You stuck.
Exactly. So have you been stung before?
No, thank goodness.
Oh, so you're in the same boat. So I'm not trying to feel it.
I'm not either. And I'm also worried because some people in my family are allergic to bees. So it's like, oh my goodness, if I get stung, am I allergic?
Yeah. Wow. So we ain't trying to figure that out. No.
Not even. So, Deb, I definitely want to appreciate your time with me here on Get It Got It Good. You guys can check out Get It Got It Good on Total Entertainment Radio every weeknight at 6 p.m. Also on WBGR Health and Wellness Channel Wednesdays at 11:30 a.m. So definitely I want to shout out both of them, those two networks. So big things for you in the future. And I'll say young man since I'm the old lady today. Nah,
Thank
it's
you.
all good. So once again, thank you for your time, and I will definitely see you around.
No, you too, and thank you. Like I said earlier, I know we was probably trying to get this going for a minute. So like I said, thank you for your patience. Thank you for having me on. It's been fun. I'm loving the new. I guess because Corona happened, I'm loving the new wave of like interviews and stuff like that. So this is fun. Like a
Yes.
lot of people, I don't go live like that often, so this is like a new world for me. So thank you.
Definitely take
For the
advantage.
experience.
I always
Yeah.
say, like, I have this marketing thing out right now. Capture a captive audience. Right now, people are captive. They can't really do much of anything. So if you're a
Mhm.
business owner, a business professional, definitely hit me up for that. I'll give you more details. But it's a great time to get your brand out there because everybody's home, everybody's surfing for something to do. So definitely
Mhm.
for that. People who have lost their jobs or who may have a little bit of financial issues or money questions, definitely DM the show. I have some financial advisors that are doing pro bonos that would love to work with any and everybody and give you options and opportunities. So definitely contact the show for more information on that. So, Deb, once again, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great
All
day.
right, you too. Take care.
Later.
Yeah. All right.
Research suggests that close to 50% of all small businesses go out of business in their first 2 years. Don't let that be you. Join That's My Network LLC today. Here at That's My Network, we strive to help businesses build their brand by offering connections to multiple marketing streams, including promotion across a social media platform that has a growing following of 50,000 nationwide. Let us help build and develop your brand to reach its full potential. For more information, email that'smynetwork@gmail.com. That's My Network, a network that works for you.